I'm going to answer a question that I get a lot. But right off the bat, I want you to know that this is a hard question to answer because there are two things we're trying to balance at once. So, the question I'm going to answer right now is I am a mom. I am touched out. I am exhausted. I'm providing a needs for a child or multiple children. And at the end of the day, the last thing I want to do is hop into bed with my husband and provide yet another need for another person. I'm touched out. I'm not craving intimacy. I'm craving alone time. I'm craving time where nobody is touching me and I don't have to meet anybody else's expectations. But at the same time, these women are asking me, and maybe you're in this situation, but I want sex. I want to enjoy it. I want that to be part of my relationship. So, on the one hand, I don't want it at all. Get away from me. And on the other hand, I also don't want to have a sexless marriage. So, I'm balancing a couple of things when I answer this question. And I hope you can stick with me as we try to work out the subtleties and nuances together. My name is Janna Denton-Howes. I am a desire coach. I help women who are married to men want and enjoy sex more so that they can have that unity and bonding and closeness and connection with their husbands, as well as using sex as self-care and nourishment and an opportunity to de-stress, and wind down from the day, which I'm guessing sex is not seen in that light right now for yourself. Okay, so on the one hand, I want to give you as much validation and as much permission to do whatever you want to do. This isn't about guilting you to be a good wife or to speak your husband's love language or any of that gross, icky stuff that we see a lot, unfortunately, when it comes to sex. It's good for your marriage, so just do it. I had a client one who was told by a professional that sex is like kale. It's good for you. You should just eat it. No, I want sex for you to feel like something that is the most delicious. Maybe you love kale. I don't find it that bad, but it's not something that I would run to. I want sex to feel like a source of nourishment where you go for a relief from an escape from the world and all of its burdens, okay? So, on the one hand, permission to never want to be touched again and to never touch him again. Permission to never have sex again if you don't want to. It makes sense that you need space and you want it and you crave it. And this isn't a place to feel guilty. That's the last thing you need right now. You have enough guilt, enough shoulds, enough expectations as a woman on your shoulders. And on the other hand, know that sex can be good for you. Not good for you like kale, but good for you like a beautiful sunset or a walk in nature or a rest, a nap. Can you believe that? A nap. Or some sensory activity that feels really calming to your nervous system, like petting your dog or playing with a squishy something or wrapping yourself in a blanket and having a tight squeeze. So here are 3 truths to consider. I don't want to jump into like strategy, which we could. I could say schedule sex. I could say all these things, but that's not this video. This video is just 3 truths to help you move and find the solution for yourself in your own life and what that's going to look like. So the first truth really is you have a right to space. This is a basic human right to have space. Space from people, space from expectations, space from your husband's touch, space from your kids' touch. Yes, you can set boundaries with your children. You can set boundaries with your husband. You can set boundaries and you can have space. You can walk away. You can leave the kids with your husband. You can leave your husband with the kids. Whatever you need to do, you have a right as an individual to space, to mental space, to physical space. And until you have that space, you won't have an opportunity to want because you'll just always be pushing people away. Just go away, go away, go away. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. If you have space, then there's an opportunity to actually want that, to need that, to crave that, to look for that. Okay? First truth, you have a right to space. Second truth is sex isn't about meeting someone's need. And that's what it may feel like. You're providing a need for your children, you're feeding them, you're bathing them, you're cuddling them, they're climbing all over you. This is a need, you're providing for them. Same thing with your husband. He has a need, and you just have to suck it up as a good wife and provide it for him. That is not sex. That is somebody using somebody else for their own advantage. That is, unfortunately, what a lot of people think sex is. What is sex? Sex is about coming together and having that mutual connection and pleasure that both of you can enjoy. And without that intention, it can just feel icky and gross and not something that you're really looking for and wanting. So the second basic truth is sex isn't about meeting someone's need. The third truth is touch is about nourishment and pleasure. Nourishment and pleasure. If it doesn't feel like nourishment and pleasure, then do not do it. This is something that you want to really be looking forward to, and you want it. So again, touch is about nourishment and pleasure. What kind of touch for you and this stage of your life feels nourishing and pleasurable? Is it a massage? Is it a tight squeeze? Is it having someone run their hand through your hair? Is it a gentle touch? Is it a caring touch? Is it a touch that doesn't have expectations or pressure on it? All right, you have a right to that kind of touch, and that's what it's about. So just recap the 3 basic truths that will help you, I hope, if you're feeling touched out, exhausted, and not having any mental, physical, or emotional space in your life to do the sex thing. Okay, so here are the 3 basic truths. Number 1, sex isn't about, that was number 2. Number 1 is you have a right to space. How can you get that space need met in your life? Number 2, sex isn't about meeting somebody else's needs. Ugh, that's disgusting. It's about mutual connection and pleasure, and touch is about nourishment and pleasure for you. So what touch is nourishing and pleasurable? I hope that those have helped you. I hope they've brought you relief. I hope that they have maybe sparked some ideas for you and what's possible in your life and what rights you have as a woman. And I have seen these basic truths in thousands of women lead to more nourishing, more connecting, more pleasurable, more regular sexual experiences between married couples. So I hope they help you as well. If you would like to learn more, if you would like to dig deeper into these 3 basic truths, I actually run a program called Wanting It More 3 times a year. We run it in the spring, the fall, and the winter. And if you'd like to learn more and sign up for the wait list for that program, you can go to jannadentonhowes.com/wantingitmore. I highly encourage you to check it out. It has helped thousands of women really go from not wanting it at all, maybe enjoying it when things get going, or maybe not, to really genuinely, authentically, not in a way that's uncomfortable or pressury or pushing, but really from the core of who they are, desiring and enjoying those times with their husbands. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.